Yeah. What's up, YouTube and Twitch? Today, we're going to tackle a topic that many of you have maybe been wondering in your subconsciousness, but maybe you haven't really asked it. And that is the question of why is Zem so dominant or so good at the Ratchet and Clank series? And we're going to be reviewing his best run, which is his Ratchet and Clank 3 NG Plus speedrun in 31 minutes and 29 seconds. This is currently, as of this run was set, I do believe personally that this is the best Ratchet speedrun. Maybe period. It could be one of the best speedruns ever, just considering how highly executed it is, how many crazy things he's done in the run. All things considered, we're going to take a look at it. So from a perspective of my PB, as you can see below here, I'm about 3 minutes off Zem. Now, my 34, I'm about an average player in UYA these days. I'm pretty good and I have the potential to get very good, but my time represents of what an average time is supposed to be. It's not bad, it's not great, but it's like a pretty decent, it's a respectable time. It's not too bad. I apologize in advance, by the way. I'm having like really bad acid reflux, so if I stop to like do some breathing stuff, that's why. So I don't want to like over exaggerate my lungs or my heart or anything like that. But today we're gonna be taking a look at Zem's run. And I have some I have a notepad on the side here just so we can take some notes in case because it is this time of year. At the current ESA event, which is a speedrun marathon, at the current ESA, I'm supposed to be doing an UYA NG Plus race against Tarna, and currently his PB is at 32, so I definitely want to get a lot better at this category. And what better way is to study the best run, done. So why not? Let's go over Zem's run. Man, this acid reflux is really killing me right now. Damn. So let's go over this. I won't be talking to a lot of chat right now, so hopefully you guys will respect it. But yeah, let's take a look at it, shall we? I'll be watching most of it with, I guess I will do it with audio, just because I don't want to have to talk all that much. So I'm gonna point out some smart things Zem does, and I'm gonna point out some things that I should be doing to add to my gameplay. So yeah, let's give it a shot. I think Zem resets right here. Yeah.
But like we didn't walk away. But like we didn't stop. Like I'm not. Oh, hi, Mighty. There we go. Woo! Easy money, baby. Easy.
I love that term.
Easiest sploosh of your life.
I want to point out that it's actually just right before he hasn't even started playing, and I want to point out that having a good attitude going into your game is incredibly important. Actually, you got to have a good mentality playing the game, otherwise you're not going to go anywhere. Let's point out some things with Veldin here. Incredibly fast menu.
Thank you so much for the additional hundo, Mighty.
The beginning of this run, ooh, he actually cuts the corner on this rock very sharp. I don't like that, because the chances of him bonking right here are actually incredibly large, but I think he's played the first level so many times, he just knows the micro spacing of everything. But usually, most runners would take an extra step to the right, just to make sure that you go straight in here. As you can tell, his angle, he's sliding right over this rock, and his like he almost bonked on that right ranger. But I could put that in the notes. Sharp corner cut on the rock. We'll point that out. He's played the beginning of the game so many times that it's important to mention. So let's go here and say late shot on the first ship. I think that's important to notice, because I feel like some people shoot this thing and then charge and do the neutral, but Zem's charges right away and then does a neutral right here. I do believe if you shoot the right time, it's impossible to get hit. So this is definitely the right call. This is definitely really smart. As a very, very good quick conversion to that. He's just got this first
guys,
level on lockdown.
I need you guys to do something for me.
We're gonna skip something right here because this free fall is pointless until you get to the very bottom. At the very bottom, Zem actually, what I used to do and what a lot of other runners do is that we go to the top left, which cuts a slight corner probably. But Zem goes to the top, and then when he reaches the very bottom, he goes to the left, and it sets up a better angle to get to this spot.
And she keeps, because I want to know what she wants for her birthday, but she keeps saying no to everything I suggest. So I need you guys to help.
Okay. So I want to analyze this right here. He does a neutral with the turret, which is incredibly important to know. Actually, does he let it run out?
Things that I want to buy her as a present.
Wait, okay, hold on.
She keeps,
again, I just have to watch it over and over.
That I want to buy her.
Okay, so Zem does something right here that is a little risky, and I will admit, it might just be because he removed PDA lag. There's something in the game that we call PDA lag, and it's whenever you swap weapons in the quick select, which is by just tapping triangle. You can see up here in the 3 weapon slot, he has the turrets, the whip, and the shock cannon. If you press triangle, he goes to the whip. If you press triangle again, just taps it slightly, he goes to the shock cannon. Now what he did was he mid-charge swapped from the shock cannon to the turrets, and that can actually cancel your charge. But I think Zem is just, he's played this game enough to the point where he knows that at the first planet this will not like be a problem for him. It will not cancel the charge. Very important to note out here. Incredibly minor stuff here.
As a present.
So he does a neutral with the turret,
and she keeps
slides into the corner and turns the camera around as he's going, cutting down on more time setting up the turret clip itself.
She wants for her birthday, but she keeps saying no.
He lost a tiny bit of time here, but it's very, very minor.
I want to know what she wants for her birthday.
He YOLOs the angle here, which is what you should be doing. You can either land right here, or you can land in front of the rock, and he landed in front of the rocks, which, as you can tell, is slightly less of a corner cut.
But she keeps
so he has to do 2 jumps to get up here.
Everything I suggest.
YOLOs this. This is really good.
So I need you guys to...
he does the safe movement there. I would probably have done the same thing. You can do one of 2 things. If you land...
But she keeps saying no to everything.
If you land in the middle here, you can do a hyper strike. You can do a hyper strike and then charge. You can do a hyper strike side flip. If you land on the sides, you do a hyper strike charge, or you can do another long jump. But that's really, really risky. So he does the safe option here.
Guilt trip her into buying her a birthday present.
Very great first planet. There's not a whole lot to it. Just incredibly solid movement all around. We're gonna note out this this neutrals with the turret before the clip. Florana. Let me just quickly take a look at chat here. What's up, Fury, Arctic, and Hoppy? How you guys doing? I'm reviewing Zem's stream. Video audio is very low. The video audio won't matter a whole lot. You know, it's mainly just, you know, you're listening to me for the most part.
Zemi thumb.
Let's move on to Florana here. So he kind of gets a bad camera right off the bat, but he managed to salvage it, I think. Yeah, this is a very, very, very bad charge angle, actually. But he manages to curve it well and just YOLO most of that. He mostly did that on feel, I want to say. I think he overshot the camera and he felt the rest out and it worked out for him. But that's what happens sometimes in this game. That's why Zem's really good at UYA, is because the camera moves incredibly fast and Zem's got a very nice feel and a good feel for how the camera works and a good feel for the controls. So when he overshoots, he manages to just feel it out and you know, do that. I do believe there is better movement here. I do believe 2 side flips might actually be faster here, but I will have to test it out. But this is what Zem did, which is excellent movement. I like that Zem barely takes any time to do this jump. Like, a lot of people, including myself, will take forever to just turn to the left. But he just goes like zoom and then he goes. He just doesn't wait. Zem has no fear going for this strat. Does the triple mega flip to wrench swing. I'm gonna note that out. Triple mega flip to wrench swing. I'm not sure about the swing. You can do mega flips and then you can shoot the shock cannon, but you do gain more distance with the swing. It might be because the cycles, but again, I'm not sure. Rest of the level's pretty straightforward. Does the... Oh, he misses... Oh, that's... Yeah, that's kind of a bad... That's kind of unfortunate. So what he did there was he missed the neutral. So he did this a little early. He did the neutral a tiny bit too early. And then he tried to do a double jump out of the neutral, which is kind of tough to do up a slope because you have to be holding up. But the neutral ran out.
God fucking.
So you had to do another charge. And this wasted about maybe a second and a half, yeah.
But I'm upset with that.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand. Florana's not that hard, so I understand his frustration.
Summer, oh my god, the Summer Love. Yeah, you can replace Zemi Thump with Summer Love if you're not subscribed to me.
Okay. Right here, there's a few options you can do. Zem does the high risk, high reward strat. Which he pretty much gets perfectly. So you can do two options here. Squonk showed me the other one, or that's where I saw the other one from. You can do a, but this is something that I implemented back in the day. I implemented this high risk strat as far as I remember. What you do is you charge, do the neutral, and then do a side flip. Like you do a direction change, and then you side flip. And if you land nearly in the center of the door, which Zem did, it pays off incredibly well. What you can also do is you can do a single jump, and the doors will open for you no matter what. So your chances of bonking or your chances of landing in the corner of the door are very, very slim. But I do like the side flip more. I think it overall has a better risk to it. Or a better reward to it, sorry. Backwards wrench swing. Kind of a sloppy turret clip. I will say that not many runners do the instant clip. Where Zem tosses the turret and he just knows, again, he just has the feel for the turret, so he just walks right through instead of swinging through the wall. Saves a tiny bit of time. Excellent movement. Good flips overall. Good choice. This is another one of those instances where he's got to know exactly which flips he needs to use. I actually think I would have done different. Like, if I saw something like this, I would have done right, or left, right, left, but he still had the right spacing. Overall, what he did was just the same as what I would have done. Now, this movement he does here is something he's done for a very long time, and I'm actually not sure what is faster. Because what you can do here, if my strat is faster, it's a lot harder, is what I can say. This small space between this ledge and this ledge down here, you could do a falling neutral, and you can do side flip, and you can land up here. But what Zem does is he does a ground neutral long jump, and then Ren swings up on the thing. That is a very high risk side flip onto that, by the way. Incredibly high risk. I actually do something different. What I do is, instead of doing that, I swing here, and then I don't do a neutral here, which Zem does. I just charge and curve all the way and do a neutral and single jump up on the box, which I do believe is a tiny bit slower than what Zem does here, but he just goes all out for the high risk here. Incredibly fast turret clip into the space. I want to point out to a lot of new runners as well, is you have to get that running start, otherwise, oh my god, that's like a insanely good clip right here. Like, this is exactly how you want to do this clip. So Zem tosses this at about a 45-degree angle. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but there's a lot of things going on at the moment. So Zem tosses this at about a 45-degree angle. Goes for the... He just feels this out. If you feel it out, he just adapted to this, and he realized that this hyper shot node. Like, he kind of knows where it is. He just kind of feels for it. He doesn't look anywhere. But that was incredibly fast. I wanna point out this. This is something I don't know how he does it. But when he does this swing, maybe he lets go early, but he gets a very quick hyper swing hover out of this node, which I always tend to wait a lot to get this swing. But I'm gonna try and figure out how I can get this swing. Quick hyper shot. Wait, what was it called? I literally just brain farted. Hyper swing glide. Is that what it's called? What did I just call it? Hypershot glide? Is that what it's called? I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it's hypershot glide, but I literally just forgot what it's called. I just forgot. Honestly. Okay, moving on.
Mama Loney. Is that the name?
Okay, I just want to point out how good this VR was. Hyperswing hover. Thank you. Hover, hover, hover. Thank you, chat. So Zem takes off this hyperswing hover at about a 45-degree angle. He succeeds with the hover as well. You have a little bit of leeway to turn around. I think that's important to note, personally. This is one thing he does that no one fucking else does, and this is why Zem is so good. He does these minor YOLO strats that he's so comfortable doing, and he gets them on point. Like, look at how he nails this right through the door. Like, he just goes straight in. He just knows exactly where to hold on the analog stick, and he just goes right through this part. Is confident with the swing, and I'm gonna type that out. Neutral after VR. Just excellent job so far. This is extremely well played so far. Doesn't manage to get waterless, but that's because he was at the wrong part of the bridge. Not the part he left off of, but the part he was aiming for. I'm just gonna type it out. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to VR. Dax, waterless. I'm just gonna type that just because that's what I want to practice. I want to test this out. I bet Zem's way's faster, which coincidentally I think I also found. I think I also found this movement. This hyper shot right here, by the way, is something a lot of people also don't do. It's one thing I definitely don't do. I'm gonna say hyper shot, hyper strike after whip jump. Because it gains him that little bit of double jump speed. Because you're still in a little bit of neutral movement, like momentum, whenever this happens. So you go up here. And you can make it up here. And I actually try to get Zem to try and find a consistent setup to try and go for that. But he didn't manage to find one, and I tried myself, and I never managed to find one. But it's incredibly hard. I don't really know why, but for some reason getting up here with the hyper swing hover is just really hard. Oh, he misses that. He tries to cut the corner too sharp. He neutrals into this corner. That's really important to mention. Neutrals after Courtney cutscene. That's something people don't do either. He does these really short neutrals that I just... Like, honestly, I just trust Zem that it's faster. Like, I bet he didn't even time that neutral. He didn't even time if it was faster, but just knowing that it's Zem, he definitely has like a feel for it if it's faster or not. He's got a natural feel for these short neutrals, which is what makes him so good. That I believe that is just faster. Outside of Zem's movement being incredibly good, he also nails these tricks really well. He gets the triple triple, which is where you kill the warship in 3 shots. Now the question is, does he side flip? Yeah, he side flips here. Yeah, it depends on the spacing you have there. That's another thing you got to adapt. You can long jump, strike, or you can side flip onto the elevator. So since he's out of shock cannon ammo, he goes for the Rhino here. And that is definitely an interesting choice. I definitely think that might happen in a lot of my runs. Like, I think it will happen eventually. Let's talk about this sequence. This is some movement that I believe I found a way back. You turn the camera, and you slide along, and then you go up this thing. He throws this at about at 350 degree-ish. He swings through, and as soon as the camera changes, he just holds down left and just goes for a YOLO charge. This strat is actually so much easier than it looks. It looks incredibly hard, but if you're fearless, you can actually get this very, very consistent. That was a pretty excellent dax, all things considered. You got a bonk, but that was excellent. That was very good. Oh, nice dab. I'll do one too. Good one, Zem. Whoa, what the hell? So for some reason, I feel like this planet started incredibly fast compared to like other planets. Like as soon as he skipped this cutscene, he's right into it. Like if you notice on other planets, like right here, you'll notice that Ratchet does a little bit of walking before you can start moving. Like Ratchet has to like adjust to how, you know, he's moving and stuff like that. Like, you see what I mean, right? He does, like, these tiny steps, but I guess it has something to do with the gravity. That is just something I haven't noticed, though, but it'll definitely save, like, a few seconds. Just paying attention to those things. Okay, important thing to know right here. What Zem does here is he does the neutral. He actually doesn't do a neutral cancel. Or like he doesn't cancel the neutral with the shock cannon or he actually just lets the neutral go out to the end, which is something a lot of people don't actually know about the games. Everyone assumes that the way you cancel neutrals is by using the shock cannon or any other weapon that can cancel neutrals. But you can actually just let the charge boots run out and then do a neutral, which is what he does with this right here. And this is an audio cue. I believe Zem has told me that the way he does the jump over this thing is an audio cue. So I do still want to note this out just for other people that might be following along. Let's neutral run out at the start. Okay, he gets the quick clip second try. I believe he wasn't far enough left. Like, I think the way it usually works is he got the double jump, but as soon as he landed right here. I think you're supposed to be right on the line between the white and the black part, right here. But he was a little bit too much to the right. That might just be, you know, different clips, different things. Fast clip left, then mid left. Let's talk. Let's say that. Really quick, I want to point out how he managed to pull out the plasma coil. I believe that already happened on this planet. So when he's riding up this elevator in Dax, he actually does turret, plasma coil, then Rhino. Because he doesn't have any shock cannon ammo, he uses the Rhino here. because it's the only gun that it's the one of the more reliable guns to do neutrals with. He could have used the turrets, which I'm not sure why, but he probably needs the turrets. I think Zem probably just knows better than me in regards to this. So back to this part. There's not much to note about this part, so let's just listen to the game audio. This part's really straightforward. Besides the end, I want to point out a couple things.
If I don't get a sub goal, am I still gonna clean my room? Nope. I ain't doing shit.
Okay, I want to...
Sub goal, am I still gonna clean my room? Nope.
Okay. Between line 1 and 2 on bridge, you charge off. I don't want to have like any part of the notes where I have to like... Yeah. I'll just put it between line 1 and 2 on bridge. I'll know the rest. Because what I usually used to do is I used to go more on the bridge, so Zem cuts a bigger corner here.
I ain't doing shit. If I can't get 2 more
Hey, what's up,
in
Andy?
4 hours, I don't fucking know, guys. Clearly you just don't love me enough. Loki, I need S video, probably.
That's probably me saying that in the chat. I like how we talked about how I think Zem should get S video. But yeah, Zem holds down left here because it lowers your height coming out of the jump pad.
Yeah, it's huge.
And Zem does one more thing here, which I also do. So I'm not going to note it out. As soon as he nearly lands on the floor, what's my PB? It's 34-20. No, 34 or 32. Also, you can call me Ricky with I-C-K-Y instead of R-I-K-I. Thank you. Would appreciate that.
Yeah, it's huge.
But Zem pulls out the Rhino
Oh my
right
God,
before
dude.
that, and then does a full charge to the ship.
Doesn't have to be like this, Zuge. Please don't make me do stuff.
I'm gonna stop
Oh, yeah,
looking
I
at
gotta
chat
play that
again.
song, Armin.
I'm gonna
Requested.
focus on this.
Streamlabs. If it's stupid, I'm turning it off, Armin. I hope you understand that.
Okay, so before we get into Blackwater and Marcadia, it's actually so fucking important to analyze these boring parts. Because this is what most of the people lose time to. Everyone fucking loses a million years to Marcadia. They always lose so much time to Marcadia because they never want to practice it because it's long and it's boring and stuff. But you have to go through the boring parts if you want to get good. It's so important. I can't point it out enough. Okay, so Rhino shot, left ship, right ship, middle ship. Zem doesn't even move for this part. He spams the Rhino. Oh, sorry, I fucking full screened it out of habit. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that anymore. So Zem got the quick ending on the first part here. And this is just something you have to analyze. This just goes to show Zem's minor knowledge on these fights. He's played this so many times that he's kind of felt this fight out to the point where he knows when this fight's gonna end, because this guy at the end sometimes like dies quick and sometimes he dies fast, so he moves up right away. And I'm gonna say fast ending. Oh, we're gonna make a new one, say Blackwater. Fast ending in mission 1. So for mission 2, he uses the coil. coil for mission 2. And he literally kills the ship on like the earliest possible time. So how many saucers even spawn? He probably knows that, honestly. Like, he probably knows this by now. 1.
Kiss me. What?
2.
Kiss me. I like to get kissed from getting fucked.
3. Alright. Alright, Zem. There was a reason I kept the audio off before. Alright. 4. 5. 6. And as soon as the 6th one spawns, he knows the ship spawn. Coil for the rest. Man, that was an interesting comment by Zem. I just want to point that out. Okay, he actually rhinos for the end. Coil for mission 2. Rhino at the end. For mission 3, you pull out the shock cannon. That should be standard procedure by now. Okay. I actually like this. What most people do, including myself, is after this neutral, after this falling neutral, a lot of people tend to do a long jump to reach these, but it's actually probably faster to just do a charge. And if you do that right, there's a specific audio cue that works. Actually, no, it's the visual cue. I'm gonna type that out. Bottom right ranger visual cue. I'm gonna type that out as well. It's a one thing I noticed Zem is doing right now is he's waiting for the, because he told me back in the day that he used an audio cue, but because of Spanish he had to get used to a new one, so he tried a visual cue instead. So he waits for this ranger to get in the bottom right. He waits a second or so, and then he shoots that. Shoots these 2, shoots those 2, and that'll despawn the last 2 if he gets that right. So he gets some early ship kills. He shoots 1 coil. And then he kills this last one. That is literally perfect. I think that mission just takes practice. That was an excellent, fucking excellent Blackwater. Very smooth, very clean overall. That just felt really good. Oh, I was looking at chat again. I need to stop looking at chat. Fuck. It's just like it's like a habit.
Thank you.
So Zem has the sniper out here. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he has the sniper out, because he's gonna be swapping it in the mission anyway. So he's already walking forward by now. And then he pulls out the weapon just fine. I do like the side flip more here than the double jump. I do believe you lose more momentum with the double jump. So that's actually a strat I do believe Zem does a little bit slower. It's not by much. We're talking like a quarter of a second. But it adds up. So Marcadia. Side flip. It's a single jump. I like the side flip a lot more, personally. And then he uses coil for this. I'll type out the ship patterns just in case. I already know, like, I already know them. Mission 1 is left, left, right, left. Left, 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 right, right, sorry. So we'll type that out, but just in case people are following along. I'll actually type it out like correct. It's actually left, low, left. And then left again, and then it's right. And then right, and then you coil the rest. You want to make sure to coil these 2 over here before they spawn the small guys. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait for your other coil to disappear. So Zem played that extremely well too. So for this ship pattern, I believe it's... I actually don't remember this one. I just remember mission 1. So mission 2 is right, and then it's like left, left as well. It's right, left, right. clears the... Clear? I'll just type clear just to clear the enemies. And then it's left again, low left, and then it's right, I believe. Yeah, low left, right. Oh. Right, and then we'll, yeah, okay. I guess we have to go to a next line. Low, and then clear. And then right again. You'll get used to that. Mission 3 is turrets. I like how Zem calls this leading your shots. When I do believe it has another technical term. There's a technical term to this, to leading your shots. But what he basically means is he's shooting ahead of... It's basically just... It's a projectile based. It's not a hit scan. So you have to shoot ahead of your target. I'm gonna see. I believe Zem says for the last two ships, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what you do. But let's just take a look at what he does and type out the pattern. So it's left, right. You gotta remember to kill at least one saucer, otherwise you're gonna fucking die. Saucers are really deadly in NG+. People underestimate how much damage they do. Left, right, left, right. It's literally left, right, left, right, left, right. Although I used to, back in the day, do left, right, right, left. Killing this one at the end is a lot easier. So I do like Zem's choice. It doesn't matter which one you do at the beginning. There's a timer one. Mission 4 doesn't matter. Mission 4 is literally on a timer. So for Mission 5, I've always disagreed with Zem for many years on which gun is correct to use for this mission. Now, he likes the coil because it doesn't cancel his charge movement and you can latch onto it easier. Now, while I do like that, I do like the Rhino more. Personally, I'm more of a Rhino guy because if I miss the... Okay, so I will say, the coil is faster if you latch, if your aim with the charge boots is correct every single time. Now I might switch to that eventually if I actually get so good aim with the charge boots that I know perfectly how to weave around everything. But if you slightly miss the wrench, you can use the Rhino to do a neutral and then swing into the wrench or into the bolt crank, which you can see. Zem almost missed that right there. If he was more off, the coil would have been an automatic worst choice. See, even there, he took a little bit of time to line that up. I think with the Rhino, you actually don't need all that much time to wind it up. He takes a bit of a while to walk there. I'm gonna note this out just in case I could probably save time. Mission 5, YOLO movement on turret 3. That's one thing I've been wanting to get down a bit. This is another one. He takes a little bit of time to line it up. And personally, I think it's just faster to YOLO and then have the Rhino. Like, just straight up go for it. Not a whole lot to say about this death abuse. On the laser defense facility. It was really fucking clean movement. We're gonna watch this again. We're gonna watch that again. Because that was just so clean. This is just a non-scared. That's a very non-scared Zem. Just doing a falling neutral right there. He does a wide angle, so he has like a big leeway. So if he does fuck it up. Well, he's not gonna fuck it up. He's Zem. So he does the side flip here. And I think, okay, I want to hear if he mashes this out. Because if he does mash it out, he mashes the side, the hyper strike.
A song for what it is, you know? That's my thing.
Ooh. I think he did. But it's very hard to hear.
Ooh, got him on the backswing. Song for what it is, you know? That's my thing. Ooh, got him on the backswing. Nah, Rum, you're okay. I forgive you for your transgression. Holy shit, this run is good. I'm just fucking around. Yeah, it is just like it's just like another rock song, but like, damn.
Okay. So, one thing that you gotta understand about this right here is the angle Zem took for this specific neutral long jump has to be exactly in this corner, because otherwise the side flip gets caught on this pillar up here, and then the hyper strike just turns into a wrench swing in the wall, and then the camera starts doing all sorts of fucking shit, and you start getting lost, and you don't know where you are, and you can easily fall out and die off the map. But yeah, incredibly clean run so far. This is why I want to point out how good this run really is. It's such an amazing run, and it's going to be incredibly hard to beat for anyone. Yeah, that was actually a flawless Marcadia, so I'm not surprised by that. That doesn't surprise me. That gold. That was very clean. That was very good. Now I want to see if Zem learns from my advice. Oh, he does. Zem does the up. Zem presses up on that. Who doesn't press up? He used to not. He used not to. Back in the day, he used to press down, down. Before I told him what's good. Before I told him what's good, he used to press down, down. I guess it's just... So the thing is, when I tell him something like that, is Zem has optimized this game a lot on his own. Like, a lot of the movement that he does and a lot of the things he's figured out is on his own. And I know the fucking struggle, because I've done that with 2 Ratchet games. I've done that with Rack 1 NG Plus. I pushed New Game Plus from a 28 to like a 23. Mostly on my own, with some help from like Slaughter and IN and like some other people. But it was mostly on my own. The 26 to 23 part was all on myself. And Max's too. Forgot him. And as well as Ratchet 2, I pushed that game from like a 35 to like a 29 on my own as well. So that's why I didn't do things like Cineflips, or like why my Novalis movement wasn't the best, or why I do specific things, or why the Walloper's more optimized now and stuff like that in Ratchet 1. It's merely because whenever you're one person optimizing a game, you cannot see all these things yourself. If you're more people, you have more brains to see things. So if you see these optimizers and you see these things that are in the game that are incredibly clever, you're going to lower the time more. But as far as I know, not a lot has changed in UYA in general. So let's take a look at Annihilation Nation here. So right here, he aims at like the corner of the door, and then he walks out holding L1 to the right, and then just charges. And he gets an incredibly good angle. Now Zem puts on... When does Zem put on the shield? I actually don't like that. I'm glad it worked out for him, but I do like putting it on in the middle of the neutral long jump instead. I'm not going to put any notes to that. Oh, that was a fucking quick-ass dab. Good work, Zem. Zem so far has pulled off 2 whole dabs in his time during this run. I want to point that out too. Nation. Triple single. Triple single for Scorpio. Let's check out Hollow Star. Oh yeah, this is the part where Zem decides to play music, and one of his viewers song requests like the worst jungle drum and bass song you could possibly like submit, and you can definitely tell Zem's trying to like feel out the song. You can like tell he I think later he says like, I'm not gonna lie, that song was like terrible. Hold on. Something
I like
like
the vibes. Let's get it. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, like he likes the vibes. I think he said that because he got scrunchless, but like later he said like that song was fucking terrible or something like that. I forget what he says, but something funny. Something really funny. Anyway, back to the business. 2 clank jumps there. Okay, I want to type that too. That's really important for me personally, because I failed that camera jump a lot. Lands on the right side of the camera. I don't really need to take any notes with scrunchless, because it's merely a grind. Scrunchless is just something you're gonna have to you're gonna have to feel it out. But for all the new people, you wanna do scrunchless whenever the laser is all the way at the end. Okay. So for Talos, I do believe Talos is an incredibly technical fight. And you can get him stuck in this on this right side wall. And Zem specifically does this because it consistently makes him drop, I believe. So whenever he jumps on Talos, he drops down right away. And it ends the fight. Because there are sometimes times where Talos, you'll kill him, but then he'll fly away some other place. I don't think I'm going to go into an in-depth Talos review. But I just want to point out, I want to say that the way he does the fight is, incredibly technical. He does, one jump, 2 missiles, 1 jump, 2 missiles, 1 jump, 2 missiles, 1 jump, 2 missiles, and then keeps jumping at him, and then spams missiles. And then locks him in the corner. It's actually that is the in-depth analysis. There's not much more to it, honestly. I'm making it sound easy, but it's actually really hard. It's hard to lock him in that position, and it's hard to execute all that at once. Talos, jump to missile loop for a quick fight. Oh, well, let's just put it like that. Let's pull up the chat again. See what I'm missing here. Okay, you guys are commenting on old things. Sorry. I see.
That song, I didn't like that song at all, actually.
Yeah, you can tell. He fucking hated that song. But he rolled along with it. And now that terrible song is stuck forever in his world record run. Okay. Can we take the time to fucking talk about how fucking smart Zem is? Right here, he literally optimized this part. After Scorpio in Annihilation Nation, what he used to do is do the Rhino, then turrets, because he'd shoot the Rhino to kill all the enemies, then use the turret to clip. Sounds simple, right? Well, Zem found a way to optimize that even more. What he now does is he moves does a single jump forward, and while he's moving forward with his momentum, he pulls out the fucking shield. Doesn't give a shit about this big green guy. That guy can go fuck himself. And just goes for the turret clip right away. Okay, I'm gonna type that out too. Charges to magnet pad. Does he do a neutral before the magnet pad? Because that's important to note too. Yeah, he does. Wow, he stops right before it. Neutrals to magnet pad as well. Because what you can also do is you can also charge and then you can stop your momentum right on the magnet pad. But Zem knows that you can get more height on the magnet pad by double jumping onto it. So he literally knows the exact spacing. God, Zem's playing so fucking good in his run, honestly. Like, I can't... Now, Zem walks to the ship, and I think that's faster. Honestly, I think it's faster. Zem... Oh, well, walks to ship. That's another thing I want to time, just in case. Draco? Okay, so at this part, Zem skips this platforming segment by charging over this. And he does this exactly on the first line. So, first line from platform, charge. You want to make sure to to destroy the lamp up here. Because you can easily bonk on this lamp. This one up here, the one he just destroyed. You can easily bonk on that lamp if you aren't careful. So definitely watch out for that. This is another thing that I want to note out. I want to see what he does like right here. If you do this movement right, you should be in this position. So there's no real way for me to like write it out. Like how you're supposed to do this part. Because your movement can definitely vary. But you want to be to the left of that. And then you do a falling neutral, double jump onto the rail. Everybody does this clip differently, so I'm not going to, type it out. Zem definitely does a really fast method. But I don't like it. I feel like it doesn't work very often. I feel like everyone always says like, oh, my clip method is so good, but there's literally like 5 or 6 different methods to do that clip. So I'm not gonna comment on it. And I think Zem loses a bunch of time here due to the loads, which literally fucking sucks. I didn't want to analyze the Courtney fight. That's an easy fight, honestly. It doesn't really go wrong. So for Zeldrin Starport, really bad neutral. Maybe that was on purpose. He does 1 flutter, 2 flutters, and then lands right in it. So we'll say 2 flutters. We'll say no hyper strike when he's falling down. And does he get the 51? I do believe he does get a 51. Oh, he gets a 50. Yeah, he gets a 50. That's still good. Still very excellent. Not much more to that. Hey Zoomy, what's up, man? Oof. That makes my dick hard. Sorry. Did I say that? Yeah, I did say that. Do you guys see Zem sliding through your DMs like this? Look at this. Look at this DM slide right here. He jumps up, curves around, and just slides right through. That was so fucking quick. Jesus Christ, that was so clean. I want to... Okay. Phoenix. Well, Metropolis, I guess. On Phoenix, he waits out the neutral. My God, was that smooth. Let's watch that again.
Do not fuck this up. You know how the game wants to fuck you up. Don't let it. Good. Good. Good angle. Good everything so far. Okay. Now comes the point where every mistake I've ever made starts to run through my head.
Yeah. That was so clean. I don't think I've ever seen better Phoenix 4 movement. I think it's Phoenix 4, but don't quote me on it. Alright, Metropolis. He takes a small step to the right. Probably just to get in front of the vendor, right, like, correctly. He puts on the shield. Shield, mid, neutral, long jump. That's important to know. You gotta note these shield timings because they really matter. Because, see, he would not have killed that tiny Tyrannoid if he didn't put on the shield there. Long jumps to the crate, that's nothing new. He shoots the thing, which I guess we could type out as well. Shoots glass with shock cannon. Good whip jump. Kills this guy. Should probably be skipping this. So what does he do to the ship? Does he do a long jump? He charges. I disagree with that, honestly. I think it's slower. I think doing a leg jump is actually faster. Yeah, I think it's faster. So I don't really like that, to be honest. I think Zem just does straight charges here. That's one thing I need to do, honestly, as well. I need to stop doing, like, stupid stuff. Because right here, I try and see if I can do, like long jumps and stuff. But I need to just charge. Like, it's just dumb to do long jumps. Takes a small step forward. Does this part. He doesn't shield here. I'm very surprised that he doesn't shield. Kind of gets a wrong angle at the... crate, but this was still really solid, honestly. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty good, besides the, like, elevator grab. So he's making, like, tiny movement errors, but it's kind of bound to happen when you're, like, nervous and stuff. I know the position here, so I don't need to type anything out. So crash site, I don't really think I have anything to add, to be honest. There's nothing there. So for hideout, Zem does the whip jump. I'm gonna put in my notes. Hideout. How Marth's aerial dash dancing blade works. Ooh. Or dancing blade. Ooh. I'll watch that later. Don't forget to follow SSBM tutorials, guys. It's a fun channel. Hideout. Whip jump. Falling. Neutral comparison. I need to figure out what's faster. Zem gets a very sweet angle. Gets a nice left side flip there. I actually think I made that last bit of movement. I'm not quite sure. I forget kind of who. I feel like I made most of the tiny movement things, but I feel like Zem just kind of put it into the run like really well. I just don't know why, but I remember I did a lot of like small macro minor movement things. So Zem fucks up Phoenix rescue a little bit, I believe. Well, he doesn't fuck it up, but he definitely does a safe method. And he doesn't go for the turret clip here, which I'll respect it. I can respect it. Not a whole lot to add. I guess I will add for Phoenix Rescue. Phoenix Rescue. Oh, I'll add one more thing for the hideout. Short neutral after first NLJ. It's something I forget. Phoenix Rescue. Take a slight left. If you go right, like right on, you won't get the good enough angle to get the side flip long jump, mega flip long jump. Sorry. So for Koros, so I know. Okay, so the way Zem shoots these crates, I'm actually not able to tell even if I slow it down. I'm honestly not really able to tell, like, what he does here. So he skips the cutscene. And he's not... Okay, so he's holding, like, up left. And then he does neutral. But he bonks on the vendor, unfortunately. Okay. That's not too bad. Very smooth Koros SI. Okay. That is one thing I need to do. Is just charge down left after SI. Cause what I do is I long jump and then the camera fucks around because it's like because I'm not going quick enough, the camera fucks up and shit like that. And the rest is a piece of cake. There's nothing to it. On to command center. Now, Zem does the movement here that I don't really like, personally. I don't really like the two mega flips. I really like the two grounded side flips instead. He does this really fucking well. Zem plays so good here. This is his most practiced planet. It's just so good to make sure to not mess this part up. Again, I do not like his shield timing here, which is right here. I've said this before, but I wanna try and implement a different set of movement at the beginning so that I can do side flip, shield, side flip, charge, neutral, and then single jump, and then go up that. So Zem just plays so well here. And that's another thing Zem's got going for him as well. He's got incredibly good clutch factor over a lot of other runners. He knows exactly how to turn these high risk runs that he has, you know, built up for a while. He turns them into... I know he makes a mistake here as well. But he turns his runs like into just really good runs and just things that he secures and stuff like that. Makes a small mistake at the end of command center, but it's all being nervous, honestly. I can see it. That wasn't that big of a mistake. It's like 4 or 5 seconds. I know he gets a bad nefarious though. So I do want to take... I'm not sure if this is the run that I maybe should be analyzing. So I want to see. So he does... He gets the quick fight. Yeah, he does. He gets the quick first phase. I can't really note anything about command center besides maybe like... Well, like, hold on. Before we get to the second part, I'm going to say... Oh, Phoenix Rescue. Hold on. I'm going to go Koros, charge down, and then command center. What was it? Beginning movement. Ground side flips. I know Zem's got this fight on lockdown, but like the speed of the fight is pretty random. 7? Was that 7?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, 7. Also, your positioning in this fight is actually very important too. You gotta be like right in front of this crater for the most part. So like where you're standing when the fight begins is very important. Zem never puts the shield back on, but it's something that I've done. And then he actually risks the movement. I have mad respect for that. I can't imagine, like, you know, how crazy that is. And that, my friends, is we'll count it out, you know? We'll watch it out. He does the fucking optimal sniper movement for the end. He nails it too. He's not afraid. He just does charge, neutral, side flip. That's how that's supposed to be done. It's really good. But this, in my opinion, is probably one of the best Ratchet runs, period. It has so little errors. Like, the thing is, everyone always looks at this part from how he was minus 27 and then turned it into minus 6. But if you think about it, Draco was like 5 seconds to loads. Hideout was like 2 seconds, doesn't really matter that much. Koros was 6 seconds because he got a turret clip in his PB that he never fucking gets. Command Center was 5 seconds because of nerves, and like 5 seconds on Nefarious because he got bad damage, which is also kind of random. So overall, really only like five seconds was like nerves. And this was just like, this shouldn't have happened. This time save, don't even worry about these 6 seconds right here because it's a turret clip that he never goes for. But he got it in his PB because his PB run was dying. So he went for it. But it's seriously one of the best runs I've ever seen. Honestly, just purely from the perspective of how I've played it. It's such a great run, and it's such an amazing... like, I don't think people realize... Zem works incredibly hard for this shit. He doesn't only work hard, but he does it while being entertaining at the same time. And I think that's one thing people severely underappreciate is there's a lot of these big streamers out there that go for the entertainment value and just try and express their extroversion on stream and go for to be a very outgoing and very, like, you know, welcoming streamer. Zem is that, but he's also fucking good, which is like not a thing at all for like a lot of other speedrunners. I don't think you understand how best of both worlds you can get when it comes to this man. Like, this is one thing that I severely really envy a lot of the time is he's better than me at the games that I played. And he's more entertaining. It's basically what you could ask for, like, all things considered. People severely underestimate this run. And just because the game isn't popular, this run is really underappreciated. To beat this run, honestly, at this point, the only one who can do it right now is himself. There's no one close. To beat this run is gonna take another miracle. And Zem's been through so many ups and downs with this run that... Oh shit. Yo, Farrell, thanks for the 3 months, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the sub. But severely, he's just so underrated as a streamer, as a runner. It's literally best of both worlds. Yeah, he puts in effort on camera and off camera as well. Like, I do that too, but being entertaining is hard, man. It's not easy. It's really tough. But with that said, I hope this wasn't like a boring analysis. This is just like a very methodical kind of like overall view of how Zem's run was. It's not a perfect run. But it's fucking UYA. It's hard. It's fucking hard, okay? It's really fucking hard. If you've never seen Ratchet & Clank 3 before, this is fucking hard to do. You can watch my movement tutorial, and you will know how many different factors, like how many different like movement techniques there are in this game that you need to be adjusted to, and the slightest little things that you need to adapt to on the spot. because the camera moves so fast in this game, and you need to have the camera move fast, otherwise you're not doing the fastest turret clips, that you need to react to a lot of things on the spot. So I think that clears up a lot of why Zem is so good, is just because he's able to maintain a great, like, just to wrap things up, he is able to maintain a great personality on stream, which, you know, keeps him going. He's able to maintain his positivity overall. He's able to maintain his composure. He's got great composure. He's got a great mindset for how the Ratchet movement works and what's optimal and what isn't. When he's new to categories and new to things in Ratchet, he's really good at like utilizing his excellence at the movement to get low risk, medium reward things, and that's why he gets really good really fast. Which is, I think I do as well, which is also why I get really good really fast. But this man does it definitely better than me, I'd argue even. And when he gets to the point where those things, like when medium risk or when low risk medium reward doesn't pay off, he ends up going for a couple things in the run that have high risk high reward. And because he's got the patience and the motivation and all these things added together, he ends up getting good runs, all things considered. If you have not been following Zem as of recent, he has been working on let me remove that. He's been working on Ratchet 1 all gold bolts, and I just want to show you guys how far off of, you know, all the other runners he is, because he's the only one active running. He's just able to push these times so much lower in general. He was able to beat my run with relative ease, but that's not to take away from the credit that his run is still really good. But just overall looking at Zem's like placement in every Ratchet game, he is top 2 in every single category he has played. All for One doesn't count. Fuck that game. APB second place, no IMG second, NG plus, and even if you show miscellaneous categories, he's got no specials where he's also first. He's got every single record in Ratchet, like Ratchet 3 besides any percent, which Toe Hobbit has taken, you know, he's taken down, you know, by quite a lot. But Zem is top 2. And I think that just about wraps it up why Zem is so good. I've went across all my points. He works hard is mainly it. Works hard, good attitude towards speedrunning. Doesn't give up. When I say good attitude, it's also those medium reward things that I'm talking about. He knows when to switch from the medium reward things to the high reward things. So yeah, that's just an analysis. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. That'll definitely go to YouTube, so if you enjoyed content like this, I'm definitely willing to do more in the future. If you guys want me to review other great runs that I have, you know, other great runs of other Ratchet games, other Jack games, things like that. It could even be a game that I don't even know a whole lot about. You know, it could be about anything. So, really appreciate it. Yeah, the game's really